The microphones listened for the metallic echoes as the acoustic waves propagated through the ship. One of Skade's older neural routines unraveled the information buried in the arrival times of the echoes, assembling a tomographic density profile of the ship. Skade saw it all in ghostly grey-greens. It did not contradict anything that she had already learned, and improved her knowledge in several areas. But she could glean nothing further without going inside, and that would not be easy. All the airlocks had been sealed from inside with plugs of molten metal. She cut through them, slowly and nervously, with lasers and hyper-diamond-tipped drills, feeling the crew's fear and desperation. When she had the first lock open, she sent in an exploratory detachment of hardened servitors, ceramic-shelled crabs equipped with just enough intelligence to get the job done. They fed images back into her skull. What they found horrified Skade. The crew had been butchered. Some had been ripped apart, squashed, dismembered, pulped, sliced, fragmented. Others had been burned or suffocated or frozen. The carnage had evidently not happened quickly. As Skade absorbed the details, she began to picture how it must have happened. A series of pitched battles and last stands in various parts of the ship, with the crew raising makeshift barricades against the invaders. The ship itself had done its desperate best to protect its human charges, rearranging interior partitions to keep the enemy at bay. It had tried to flood certain areas with coolant or high-pressure atmosphere, and in those cells, Skade found the corpses of strange, ungainly machines, conglomerations of thousands of black geometric shapes. She formed a hypothesis. It was not difficult. The cubes had glued themselves onto the outside of Galliana's ship. They had multiplied, growing as they absorbed and reprocessed the ship's integument. In that respect it was indeed a little plague-like, but the plague was microscopic. One never saw the individual elements of the spore with the naked eye. This was more brutal and mechanistic, almost fascistic in the way it replicated. The plague at least imbued transformed matter with something of its earlier characteristics, yielding chimeric phantasms of machine and flesh. No, Skade told herself, she was certainly not dealing with the melding plague, as comforting as that might now have been. The cubes had wormed into the ship, and then formed attacking units, soldier conglomerations. These soldiers had done the killing, advancing slowly away from each infection point. Judging by the remains, they were lumpy and asymmetric, more like dense swarms of hornets than individual entities. They must have been able to squirm through the tiniest opening, reassembling on the other side. Nonetheless, the battle had taken time. By Skade's estimate, it might have taken many days for the whole ship to fall, many weeks even. She shivered at the thought of it.